Somebody had called me and told me what happened. We were getting ready to go out there, but somebody had told me what had happened. It was just real shocking, you know. Everybody was out that night, and it was just a lot going on. He came to see me, and we were getting ready to go hang out, and I felt if he probably would just watching on television, everything would have been just gravy, you know.
The worlds of boxing and hip-hop collided in a devastating way on the night of September 7th, 1996. A night that would change the course of history for two legends forever. 2Pac Shakur, a trailblazing rapper and cultural icon, was shot multiple times while riding in a car in Las Vegas. 6 days later, on September 13th, 1996, he succumbed to his injuries. He was only 25 years old. This tragic event has left many people, including legendary boxer Mike Tyson, wondering if he played a role, however indirect, in 2Pac's untimely death. Over the years, Tyson has expressed feelings of guilt and responsibility for what happened that fateful night, a guilt that is not born from any direct involvement, but rather from the circumstances surrounding their friendship.
What did Pac mean to Mike Tyson?
It was just, it's very difficult to talk about. It was just a young kid that really wanted to be great, and that happened.
What was your last memory with Pac?
And Pac came to your fight.
Yes.
Oh, shit. He was really happy after the fight. He came to the press conference with me, and we was just talking a bunch of shit. And then I went home, and then he left.
On that evening, 2Pac attended Tyson's fight against Bruce Seldon. Tyson has often wondered if his invitation set the stage for the series of tragic events that would follow. The connection between two icons, one a fierce warrior in the ring, the other a poet of the streets, only becomes more poignant and heartbreaking as time passes. Their bond, marked by mutual respect and a shared struggle against adversity, was tragically cut short. But the question remains, could anything have been different? Tyson's sense of guilt and responsibility serves as a reminder of the unpredictable and often unforgiving nature of life. A poignant chapter in the intertwined stories of two legends. On the evening of September 7, 1996, all eyes were on the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, where Mike Tyson, one of the most formidable figures in boxing, was set to face Bruce Seldon for the WBA heavyweight title. This fight was more than just a sporting event. It was a cultural spectacle that brought together fans from all walks of life, including some of the biggest names in entertainment. As Tyson stepped into the ring, there was a palpable sense of anticipation in the air. He was at the peak of his career, a feared and respected champion who had already cemented his legacy as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Among the crowd that night was Tyson's close friend, 2Pac Shakur. 2Pac wasn't just another fan in attendance. He was there as a guest of Tyson himself. The rapper, known for his poetic lyrics and raw energy, had always been vocal about his admiration for Tyson.
You know, like, every time we have somebody, like we had Tyson. Tyson was a perfect outer-city hero because he represented us because he was always on the edge. They always wanted to make him a different type of person, and he would never be that. He would always be on the edge. And they hated that. And I felt like they punished him because he never, like, legitimized himself. Mike Tyson was the only person I can remember being a millionaire, just being like a real brother. And that was our hero, and I want to be like that. And I want more like that.
Their friendship, built on mutual respect and a shared experience of overcoming adversity, went far beyond the superficial interactions often seen between celebrities. Both men had risen from challenging backgrounds to become icons in their respective fields, and they found in each other a kindred spirit. Tyson admired 2Pac's unapologetic courage and lyrical genius, while 2Pac saw in Tyson a fighter with the heart of a warrior, someone who, like himself, refused to be broken by the hardships of life. 2Pac arrived at the MGM Grand eager to support his friend, energized by the excitement of the evening and ready to cheer Tyson on to victory. The fight itself was a brief but explosive affair. Tyson, known for his ferocious style and devastating power, dominated Seldon from the first bell. In just 109 seconds, Tyson secured a first-round knockout, sending the crowd into a frenzy.
Nice long rest there, but he has felt. Back comes Sheldon, and Tyson with a left hook, and Sheldon is.
What was meant to be a night of triumph, a celebration of victory for both Tyson and his loyal friend 2Pac, quickly took a dark turn. After the fight, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. As the crowds began to disperse, a violent altercation broke out in the lobby of the MGM Grand between 2Pac, members of his entourage, and a man named Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, a known member of the Southside Crips gang. The confrontation, caught on security cameras, escalated rapidly. Tensions flared, and what began as a heated argument soon turned physical, with punches being thrown.
Everyone shows up, and one of Suge's homeboys, his name is Trevon, he comes over and he whispers something in Pac's right ear, because I'm on his left. He whispers something. Next thing I know, Tupac takes off running. He took off running, and I went off running behind him. And when he turned the corner, there was this guy standing there. Little did I know who he was. He ran up to him and he swung. And then the guy swung back, and then Pac weaved, and then Pac swung again.
The altercation lasted only a few moments, but its impact would reverberate for years to come. Unbeknownst to everyone involved, this seemingly random encounter would set off a devastating chain of events that would ultimately lead to 2Pac's assassination later that night. As 2Pac left the MGM Grand and headed out into the Las Vegas night, he was unaware of the grave danger that lay ahead. Just a few hours later, while riding in a car with Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight, 2Pac was shot multiple times in a drive-by shooting on the Las Vegas Strip. He was rushed to the hospital, but despite the efforts of doctors, he succumbed to his injuries 6 days later, on September 13, 1996, at the age of 25.
We're all just sitting there pretty much just vegging out, waiting on the light to change. Then all of a sudden, I noticed this white Cadillac. Cadillac pulls up, my head turned back, and I'm looking, and I'm watching the car. Before the Cadillac pulled up, we're all just vegging, they're looking out toward the right. Cadillac pulls up, we notice it, then all of a sudden, this arm comes out, and the arm comes out, and he just started firing immediately, and I'm like, oh my God. And all you see and all you hear is.
The tragic end of 2Pac Shakur, one of hip-hop's most influential voices, left a deep void in the music world and a profound impact on those who knew him personally. For Mike Tyson, the events of that night remain a source of deep sorrow and regret. Tyson has often reflected on the chain of events that unfolded after his fight, haunted by the thought that his invitation to the match, which was meant to be a gesture of friendship, may have inadvertently set the stage for a tragedy. This connection between Tyson and 2Pac, two powerful and charismatic figures whose paths crossed in such a significant yet heartbreaking way, serves as a poignant reminder of the unpredictability of life. What was meant to be a celebration of victory and friendship turned into a night of tragedy and loss, linking the worlds of boxing and hip-hop in a way that neither community would ever forget. In the years following 2Pac Shakur's tragic death, Mike Tyson has frequently opened up about his lingering feelings of guilt and a sense of responsibility regarding the events of that fateful night. Tyson has revealed in numerous interviews that he feels a profound sense of regret for inviting 2Pac to his fight at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
I feel a little guilty about him coming to the fight, me pressuring him for, hey, yo, bring the tape, don't forget the tape, you know? And I was going to go out with him that night. I promised to go to 662 with him that night, but I just had a little baby, and her mother was provoking me to stay home, so I stayed with the baby, and then someone called me that night and told me that happened. And
He often finds himself wondering if things might have turned out differently had 2Pac not been present that evening. Tyson, who had developed a close bond with the rapper, has described him as his brother, and he has admitted that the loss hit him deeply, both as a friend and as a fan of 2Pac's music and spirit. He once reflected, "If I didn't have a fight, I would never have asked him to come to Las Vegas that night," highlighting the intense personal remorse he feels over the unintended consequences of that decision. Tyson has spent years reflecting on the what-ifs surrounding that tragic night, frequently questioning whether he could have done anything differently to alter the outcome. He has spoken about the deep sadness he feels, wishing he had spent more time with Tupac after the fight or somehow intervened to change the course of events that unfolded later. He has even lamented not having warned Tupac to stay away from certain people or situations, haunted by the idea that such a conversation might have saved his life. The thought that Tupac might still be alive today had he not attended the fight is a heavy burden that Tyson seems to carry with him constantly. For Tyson, Tupac's death is not just the loss of a friend, but a deep and lasting wound. He often speaks of the missed opportunities to help, to support, or to simply be there in a more meaningful way for someone he saw as a kindred spirit. This tragedy has left Tyson with a palpable sense of sorrow, a lingering what could have been, and a reminder of how one night can forever alter the course of many lives. The friendship between Tyson and Tupac was unique, forged by mutual respect and a shared experience of overcoming hardship and diversity. Both men grew up in challenging environments, Tyson in the rough neighborhoods of Brooklyn and Tupac amid the turbulent streets of Baltimore and Oakland. They rose to fame in different arenas, Tyson in the boxing ring, Tupac in the recording studio, but both faced intense scrutiny and controversy throughout their careers. Tupac often viewed Tyson as a symbol of strength and resilience, while Tyson admired Tupac's poetic brilliance and fearlessness in expressing his thoughts on societal issues. Their bond was more profound than the celebrity friendship it might have seemed from the outside. They saw themselves as fighters, each battling their own personal demons. Tyson has often described Tupac as a figure of inspiration who represented the struggle of young black men in America. When Tupac was shot, Tyson was devastated, feeling not only the loss of a friend, but also the loss of a voice that spoke powerfully for his generation. After Tupac's death, Tyson continued to honor his friend's memory in various ways. When he fought his next match against Evander Holyfield in 1996, he walked out to the ring to the sound of Tupac's song Ambitions as a Rider, a powerful tribute to his late friend. Tyson has often spoken about the impact Tupac had on his life and how the rapper's words and music helped him through some of his darkest moments. In interviews, Tyson has expressed his regret that he never had the chance to fully tell Tupac how much he meant to him. This sense of unfinished business has only added to the weight of responsibility he feels regarding Tupac's death. While Mike Tyson has had no direct involvement in the events that led to Tupac Shakur's murder, he continues to feel the weight of that night. Tyson's sense of guilt is not rooted in any specific action he took, but rather in the idea that by simply inviting Tupac to his fight, he set into motion a series of events that ended in tragedy. This profound sense of responsibility is a testament to the depth of his bond with Tupac and the pain he feels over losing his friend. Tyson's reflections on Tupac's death reveal the complexity of emotions that can arise from seemingly unrelated events. The connection between the two men serves as a reminder of the unpredictability of life and the way seemingly small decisions can have far-reaching consequences. Tyson's feelings of guilt may never fully fade, but they also underscore the deep respect and love he held for Tupac, a friendship that remains etched in the annals of both boxing and hip-hop history. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content about the lives of legends, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified every time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching.